Hey everybody, Eggo the Visual Culturist back, and I'm reacting to another announcement. This time it's the Star Wars The High Republic announcement trailer. So, it's no big surprise that I am a huge Star Wars fan. It's one of the many, many loves of my life. And I don't know too much about, I think it was called Project Luminous for a while, and we've known about it. And I think it's kind of been teased, and Lucasfilm has just like gone full on and revealed some stuff. So, and what exactly is the High Republic? I know the Old Republic, which is, thousands and hundreds of years before how do I say this? Before before Anakin Skywalker's born, or before Episode 1, I guess. So it's interesting to know what's the High Republic. I know that there's an Old Republic, like they're working on movies and stuff. And I know Star Wars is in a very, it's in an interesting place ever since The Last Jedi came out. I think there's been a lot of, like, you can feel Star Wars fans have kind of been fatigued, and the movies haven't been doing, I think, as great as the fans have wanted them to be. Well, certain fans. I can't speak for everyone. I've enjoyed all the movies. I enjoy all the novels, all the animated series, the games that have been coming out. So for me, Star Wars has been in a very, very good position since Disney acquired them. But let's see what I'm very curious and interested to see what the High Republic is about. This is something completely new to me. That this might be in the old EU Legends continuity, but I'm always hungry for more Star Wars, and if it's something new that I know nothing about, then all the better. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Hundreds of years before the Skywalker saga. Okay. Galactic Republic is at its height. Coruscant, protected by the Jedi Knights, the guardians of peace and justice throughout the galaxy. Okay, what a frightening new adversary threatens. Ooh. Star Wars The High Republic. Alright. I'm liking this.
We're finding ourselves at a very exciting
Uncle
moment.
Owen,
The Skywalker
Maru,
saga coming to an end.
Luke.
We're at a place of what's next for Star Wars.
Twin
One of the things
Suns,
we've always done
Binary
is
Sunset.
be able to use our franchise platforms to explore the creative potential in the Star Wars galaxy. And so what if publishing was more of an incubation place and bring in great talent and just let their imaginations run free?
Skywalker Ranch.
We put together a really unique writer's room where we had diverse voices with very different opinions about Star Wars.
We all
Timelines.
love Star Wars, but we're all coming in from very different places.
This has been a very free environment for everybody to just throw things out there.
We've all done lots of storytelling, but this is unique and really special.
The idea that this thing has been simmering for so long.
It's the secret history of the galaxy.
Yep, that goes way back to the beginning of Star Wars.
We gave them essentially
Charles Soule,
a blank slate.
no
What
stranger.
would you
He's been
like
doing
to
Star
tell
Wars
us?
comics for Marvel currently.
For 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the
Guardians of peace and justice.
A line that we've been hearing since 1977.
Well, the Dark
And we thought,
Times.
what does that look like?
Well, the Emperor.
It is a golden age where there's much more peace and calm in the galaxy. So we're calling it the High Republic.
The description that we've used for the Jedi of this era is that they are the Jedi Knights of the Round Table.
Ooh.
But Star Wars
Knights of the
isn't
Round
just
Table.
about Jedi.
Crusades.
We will tell stories of new smugglers, new scoundrels, new bounty hunters.
The threat and the tension really comes from the Republic's borders, because the Republic does not extend from one side of the galaxy to the other.
It's a bit of a Wild West new frontier. We see a different kind of Jedi that patrols the frontiers and is more of a Texas Ranger.
We're now bringing in
Cowboys
concept
in Star
artists,
Wars?
illustrators, and visualists, the same way that you would when you're making a movie.
We even had Ian McKay come down and just do sketch after sketch for us.
Yoda.
And you have the guy who
Yoda
designed
would
the
be
look
here.
for Darth Maul sketching Jedi for you. Doesn't get any cooler than this.
Yoda
The
would
scale
be
of
a
this
youngling.
initiative is really new for
potentially.
us. We're going to have stories for adults and teens and kids.
We're building this out simultaneously across multiple publishers.
Viz?
It gives
Okay.
us the ability
IDW,
to tell
Marvel,
vast
comic
interconnected
books,
stories across multiple
novels.
years. There will be a core group of heroes that will expand over time. There'll be villains.
Our main villain are the group called the Nile. We kind of like to refer to them as Space Vikings.
Their motto is
Space Vikings, I like it.
You, but we can take it from you. Our story starts with what we're calling the Great Disaster.
It wouldn't be Star Wars without adventure. And
The
there's
Great Disaster.
definitely a series of events that will spin the galaxy
Sith?
into a dangerous new direction, and it'll give the opportunity for heroes to
Ooh,
rise up.
Wookiee with the lightsaber. Cross guard.
The cool thing about this is that there's going to be a story for every Star Wars fan. It's really fun to be able to keep readers on their toes. This era is ripe
Interesting.
for storytelling. The eureka moment was the question, what scares the Jedi? And that made us all go, ooh, something wicked this way comes.
New adventure begins August 2020. Okay. All right. Yeah, that looked great. Okay, so this is going to be more expanded lore through comics, novels. I saw Viz Media in there, so there might be some maybe some manga, kind of like the adventures of the Tales of Luke Skywalker, which I read, and that book was great. Multi-year storytelling initiatives. So there's going to be a whole line of new lore that's going to be, coming out. Who knows, over the next 5 to 10 years. 200 years before the Phantom Menace. So before Anakin is born. Actually, Anakin was born pre-Phantom Menace. Well, yeah. 200 years before Phantom Menace. Interesting. Cowboys, gangsters, thugs, and smugglers. The Great Threat. What scares the Jedi? I'm interested. This is how they're gonna get more of my money. Star Wars is definitely there. They're leaning away from movies and they're heavily going into comics, television series, miniseries, stuff like that. Where I think it fits the property better. I remember a lot of people were arguing that the Skywalker saga, because it was handed off, well, technically between JJ and Rian Johnson, that there wasn't a cohesiveness to the 3-act or the 3-movie structure of the trilogy, and that just look at the way Marvel has reshaped the industry with the cinematic universe, where you have, dozens of movies that build upon one another and then lead to a climax every 3 or 4 years, and I think that would be a really good model. I think Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy, who are in charge of Star Wars at the moment, have discussed that they're going to be looking to do kind of like an episodic nature, just like the MCU, where they're not limited to a beginning, a middle, and an end. 3 movies, a trilogy. They can expand, and I think that's kind of the future. And they're already kind of doing that with The Mandalorian, the Clone Wars, the final season. The Cassian show. I know there's other things that they have in the works. Other movies about the Old Republic, which is even, hundreds of years further from the High Republic. So it's very interesting. It's that's a good time to be a Star Wars fan. If you love Star Wars like I do, then the novels, everything. It's always it's always nice to learn more, to see what events trickle off and domino to the Skywalker saga, and maybe setting up some things that will be picked up afterwards, because we know that there's going to be more Star Wars movies that pick up after the conclusion of the Rise of Skywalker. But this is a good thing for everyone, and I love me some Star Wars, so this is a good thing for me. But yeah, that looked great. I can't wait for this. I'm definitely, this is this is gonna take up so much of my time. Star Wars, man. It was like the same thing with my dad and some of my uncles and a few of my aunts when they were growing up. Star Wars, it's like, well, what comes next? Those they only had episodes 4, 5, and 6. and there was a huge years of expanded novels that took place, told stories after Return of the Jedi, and before, in between, and we're starting to get the same thing. History's repeating itself. I'm at their age where they were watching Star Wars for the first time, and now I have all. It looks like all these great stories to be told, and that's what I'm a big fan of. As much as I love the tales of Luke Skywalker, Ben Solo, Rey Skywalker, Han, Chewie, Leia, Obi-Wan, Yoda, Mace Windu. The list goes on and on. I'm ready for just good storytelling in Star Wars in general. And I've as much as I am attached to the movies and the films where it began, I'm always eager and excited to see where we can go next. What new characters? You got Star Wars Rebels, Star Wars Resistance, which are great shows. I'm always looking forward to meeting new characters and seeing a new part of the galaxy, seeing things that I hadn't thought before. Same but new. So yeah. Star Wars: The High Republic. I'm gonna keep a watchful eye on this. I may have to definitely do reviews. Star Wars. Again, one of my great loves, but yeah, this is good. More of this Lucasfilm, more of this Disney. Let's expand, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's get something new. But yeah. This is an overall 10 out of 10. I can't wait to see exactly how many novels and what's their approach. This is kind of a broad, just like this is what we're working on. This is what's coming. I can't wait to get some of the finer details. This is going to be first wave, second wave, book one. And I'm very interested to see where other Star Wars fans are feeling about the High Republic. To me, it's it's a win-win. They get to tell the stories they want, and I get to read them. So, yeah, I think that about does it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any reactions that I have to the things that interest me, such as Star Wars, video games, comics, movies, television series. The list goes on and on and on. But yeah. I really enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to tell me how you feel about Star Wars. Are you very casual? Do you care? Have you seen the movies? Do you not care? Are you interested with this? I would really love to see everyone's thoughts on this. I might have to bring this up in some of my streams. This is big for me. I'm always looking for more Star Wars, like I keep saying. But yeah. Other than that, very optimistic. Looking forward to this. Can't wait. So, until next time, I'm Eggo the Visual Culturist, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.